Gina from the Frankfort Community Public Library. This week our theme is apples. Apples are one of my favorite snacks to eat. Do you like apples? Yay! I'm so glad you do. But if you don't like apples, there are a lot of yummy fruits to have as a snack and to choose to be your favorite. Let's get started with our hello song. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I'm fine, how about you? I'm fine, how about you? I'm fine, how about you? How are you today? Awesome! I have an apple counting song to share with you. We have to use all of our fingers with this song. Do you know you have 10 fingers? We're going to use all 10 fingers with our 10 Little Apples song. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little apples, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little apples, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little apples, 10 little apples in a tree. Good job. Let's do it one more time. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little apples, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little apples, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little apples, 10 apples in a tree. Since we just sang a song about 10 apples, I thought I would share one of my favorite counting apple books with you. The title of the book is 10 Red Apples, and the author is Pat Hutchins, and the publishing company is Green Willow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. 10 red apples. 10 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Horse came and ate one. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Nay, nay, fiddle-dee-fee. Horse, cried the farmer, save some for me. 9 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Cow came and ate one. Munch, munch, munch. Moo, moo, fiddle-dee-fee. Cow, cried the farmer, save some for me. 8 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Donkey came and ate one. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Ee-haw, fiddle-dee-fee. Donkey, cried the farmer, save some for me. 7 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Goat came and ate one. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ma, ma, fiddle-dee-fee. Goat, cried the farmer, save some for me. 6 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Pig came and ate one. Snort, snort, snort. Fiddle-dee-fee. Pig, cried the farmer, save some for me. 5 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Sheep came and ate one. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Bah, bah, fiddle-dee-fee. Sheep, cried the farmer, save some for me. 4 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Goose came and ate one. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yes, yes, fiddle-dee-fee. Goose, cried the farmer, save some for me. 3 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Duck came and ate one. Pick, pick, quack, quack, fiddle-dee-fee. Duck, cried the farmer, save some for me. 2 red apples hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Hen came and ate one. Peck, 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 cluck, cluck, fiddle-dee-fee. Hen, cried the farmer, save some for me. 1 red apple hanging on the tree. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Good, said the farmer, you saved one for me. Yippee, fiddle-dee-fee. Annie, the Apple Pie Fairy. Written by Tim Bugbird and published by Make Believe Ideas. Once in a wood by a bubbling brook, up high in an old apple tree, lived a fairy named Annie, a famous cook who baked apple pies on TV. She had her own show for years and years with her best friends Pip and Cora. Every show ended with whoops and cheers. The fairies simply adored her. All Annie's pies were made with care, simply and with nothing wasted. Whether with berries or pecans and pears, they were the best you've ever tasted. Then one day the TV screens turned a little glary. In a blaze of color, a new face appeared, Sandra the Strudel Fairy. Sandra's style was fancy. Her pies were never plain. The fairy switched to Sandra's show time and time again. Pip declared Chef Sandra will beat us if we let her. So we must do what Sandra does, but do it much, much better. Sandra thinks that she's the top, said Cora with a frown. We'll have to pull out all the stops to win back your baking crown. And so between the TV chefs there arose a competition. To make fancy pies and be the best became each fairy's mission. Every pie the rivals made was fabulously fashioned, with toppings and twirls so high they swayed, decoration was never rationed. Inside Annie's and Sandra's homes, the sound you always heard was the clatter and the clunk of gadgets, which became ever more absurd. They had machines for cutting, slicing, peeling, dicing, flaking, shaking, beating and breaking, rolling, molding, chopping, folding, whipping, mixing, brushing, and fixing. Soon every fairy across the land was following Sandra's trend. Bigger, better, never bland, whenever would it end? The machines made every kind of thing in every shape and size, but nobody seemed to notice, not one made apple pies. But still the gadgets pinged and popped with whirs and purrs and clangs until the night when everything stopped with a flash and a deafening bang. The fairies had a big surprise. The power had totally blown. Feeling scared, they took to the skies and flocked to Annie's tree home. Pip found candles to light the scene and slippers to warm their feet. But with nothing to power their cooking machines, what would the poor fairies eat? Cora peered inside the pantry. Annie joined her in despair. As far as either one could see, there was next to nothing there. Just apples and butter and sugar and flour. Annie sighed and said to Sandra, I think things got out of hand. We forgot what matters in the end. We just didn't understand. Now I know what we should do. We must bake an apple pie. We'll add a spoonful of loving, the ingredient money can't buy. The pie was made the old-fashioned way, tasting sweet just as it should. Sandra said, "Let's not compete," and apple pie was back for good. Annie and Sandra worked together and saw their friendship grow as they starred with Pippa and Cora on their brand new TV show. Have you ever been to an apple orchard? Have you ever been apple picking? Would you like to visit an apple orchard with me? You would? Great! I bet we can get there super fast if you close your eyes really tight. No picking. And count to 3 with me. Okay? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wow, we got here fast. We are at Stuckey Farm Orchard and Cider Mill. There are 37 different kinds of apples growing here. Way up high in the apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came an apple, and it was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 4 red apples smiled down on me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came an apple, and it was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 3 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came an apple, and it was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 2 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came an apple, and it was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 1 red apple smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came an apple, and it was good. Way up high in the apple tree, no red apple smiled down on me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came no apples. They were gone for good. Way up high in the apple tree, no more apples are left for me. Jonathan, Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, and Macintosh are just a few of the kinds of apples growing here. Some apples are ready to be picked now, and others will be ready to pick later when they are ripe and juicy. I have a song to sing while we take a closer look at all the apples. I'm a little apple, short and round. I make a crunchy, munchy sound. If you take a bite, you will see I'm delicious as can be. There are so many yummy treats you can make with apples, like apple cider, apple butter, apple cider donuts, and even apple cider slushies. Thank you for taking a trip to the apple orchard with me. I had a great time. If you want to read more books about apples, we have all of these and many more books at the library for you to check out and enjoy at home. Next week, our theme is alligators. Join Miss Maeve as she visits the Columbian Park Zoo and takes you on an up-close look at a real alligator. Now it's time for our goodbye song. Now it's time to say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. See you all